Hello to my psychic zodiac tribe. Thank you for joining me. I hope the new year has started safe and well for you all. Happy New Year 2020. Wow. Hello Gemini. Welcome for your January 2020 zodiac wheel reading. Still getting used to actually saying 2020. 2020. Hopefully it'll be a year of 2020 vision, seeing things very clearly. Alright, I will now ask and focus for you, Gemini. I invite Great Spirit, angels and guides to join me in this reading for Gemini. Thank you for any messages that come through in this reading for Gemini's highest good and for the good of all concerned. First card up, the Empress. Still got that loving energy, nurturing energy around you, Gemini, or coming from you. That Empress there. Lovely Empress energy. Oh, your Gemini card. Just so that for those of you that have skipped forward to get to your reading, but I do suggest that you do take a look at that beginning of the video, because it's got a bit of a explanation and information about the lunar eclipse and this stellium this month, a Capricorn energy. But the Empress energy is more about that nurturing, loving side of yourself coming through, whether you're male or female. It's also about fruitfulness. So being able to provide and care for those that you love. The goddess energy is also there in this card, influencing the first house, the ascendant area of the wheel. And the ascendant in the zodiac wheel represents the soul's deepest intention. And it's the window through which the self can view the world. So you are coming from, and your persona is being expressed as a nurturing, loving energy, for tapping into that feminine quality, regardless of whether you're male or female. And it's a good sign too, having here in your first house, Gemini, that you are going to be able to provide the abundance that you've been working so hard towards, especially with the Three of Pentacles right next to it. This is where you work orientated self-worth is signified in the second house. And the Three of Pentacles is, to me, the aristocratic card. And it's even about being able to tap into your creativity. If you've seen this card, he's painting a mural on that wall of a beautiful lady. Now, for those of you that are creative, you may or may not have put some of your creative projects aside, but this is saying that you're going to gain a lot of inner peace, I'm hearing, out of it. So, you know, if you like tinkering away, or you have that favourite hobby or project, it's really good for you to be able to stabilise yourself. And it's also about being able to tap into your support systems here in the second house too. So if there's something to do with your resources or your self-worth, this is letting you know that you do have support also. But it's a good sign for extra income. Now, victory, Six of Wands, public recognition, cause to celebrate. This could be that you're heard of something to celebrate, or there is public recognition for you, or being communicated to you, because the third house is that of communication. Third house is brothers and sisters and your mental activity, as well as transport. So maybe you've had to work on that car to get that car up and running again, or get something fixed on it. Can be something as simple as that. But whichever way it goes, this is letting you know that you are going to be recognised for your actions and for the energy that you've put in. So there's pats on the back and acknowledgement being shown there, possibly from relations or indeed in your neighbourhood. Now here you have the Six of the Major Arcana, the Lover's card, in the area of home, your foundation, the base of the wheel. The Sixth, or the Lovers rather, always speaks to me about choice. So there's a choice to be made in your home base, or making choices that come from your early environment, your roots, where you come from. The Lovers is also at the eternal triangle. So there's three people involved in this, and it's choosing between vice and virtue. Now, with the astrological configurations being as they are, I would strongly recommend that you choose the virtue way, not the vice way, because taking risks is it's not a good time to take any risks here through January in particular. It hasn't necessarily been a good time for taking any sort of risks for all of last year as well, but this is sort of like the culmination time happening here in January, with the lunar eclipse here in your second house, Gemini, opposing the Capricorn planetary lineup that is actually affecting the 8th house area. So the lunar eclipse being in your second house is also letting you know that you are seeking that emotional security, and you're trying to do it through acquiring possessions. So, you know, that really is sort of like, in a way, a symbolized way of showing you're building your self-esteem. So that's the effect of the moon in Cancer in the second house, the eclipse. But I feel that it's your self-esteem, and with this card being influencing that area, your self-esteem will come through your creative endeavours and projects, and expressing yourself through that. So here in the area of fun and matters of the heart, you have the Prince of Cups. Now, the Prince of Cups is also messages. So messages of love, or that messages that are deeply deep emotional, I'm feeling. So there could be some of you Geminis that are maybe embarking on a new romance. Some of you may have had to make a choice between two people. But nonetheless, I do feel with this being here that you will actually be feeling that you're being nurtured. So you're being the nurturer, but you're also being nurtured. And having some fun and enjoying yourself is one way of getting that self-nurturing also. Sixth house is the devil being influencing there. And that is letting you know that there is hard work ahead. This is the area of your working life and you that kind of energy, your job, your well-being, mental health is also indicated here. So there is that feeling with the devil that there's some sort of temptation that you have to resist, because the energies that are so powerful and strong at the moment with the Capricorn lineup are requiring hard work. So you've got to put in the hard yards, but the rewards will be plenty. And the devil card is a Capricorn energy, excuse me, and it's also a Saturn card, like it represents Saturn. So the Saturn is constant repetitive effort, hard work, bringing about a significant turning point that you have reached in your life journey. But it's lessons being learnt. So there's something to do with your working life, your health, or your mind and body area of your life, that brothers and sisters too, I suppose, or in-laws. Yeah, there's something there that you need to learn your lessons so you can move ahead. Okay? Yeah. So, by focusing on the hard work to gain the wisdom you need, you can change and grow. Keeping in mind that you're only going to suffer if you resist the change. So set your intention, which achieves ascension. And ascension requires a lot of self-discipline, and I do feel that that's what the devil is. It's sort of like being bound up and caught in chains, and you've got to, you know, sort of accept it, because, you know, pulling against it is really going, whether the chains are around your feet or your arms, you're going to do some damage to yourself. So there's a bit of acceptance there to be dealt with, self-acceptance of whatever the situation is, and then from that, with Saturn being the Lord of Karma, the rewards of Saturn is more substantial in the long run. if you don't fight it too much and be tempted in the wrong direction. Again, risk taking is not advisable. So just, you know, be careful, slow and steady. Try not to control others. Try to discipline yourself to control your own thoughts and actions. And think things through carefully. Tap into your wisdom, Gemini. Now here's some good news. The Ace of Wands is here in your partnership. So things are feeling a bit fresh and new, and there's new ideas evolving in partnerships, whether it's marriage or business. It could even be one's equals, and it could be the people that you compete with, but there is new, fresh life being put into partnerships, being shown to me there with that Ace of Wands, which also represents the element of fire. And for Geminis, Sagittarius has just moved into that 7th house of Sagittarius. Mars has just moved into Sagittarius in that 7th house on the 3rd of January. So that is also symbolic of that. So that's lovely there. Okay. Now, the 8th house is the Queen of Cups. So there is a very loving energy in that 8th house area, which is lovely, which is in opposition, the polar opposite to the 7th house, where you've got your income increasing and your day-to-day activities sustaining you and your support system in place. And I feel this loving, nurturing woman here is a big part of your support system. Water sign possibly, but if she's not a water sign, then she's certainly able to tap in to that soft, gentle water sign energy that intuitively knows. But it's also a good sign there for dealing... Sorry. So, yeah, she could be one that you can talk things through with as well. Get to the bottom of things, dig deep. The 8th house energy is one of finance and resources of others as well, so this person might actually be able to help out in some way there. Okay. At the very least, you'll be able to do some networking. And there seems to be this female energy that's associated with that being shown here. And we have another Queen. So there's also a bit of gossip going on. So this is the Queen of Swords, which is a bit more icy. The Swords energy is intellect, aggressive kind of ambition. So I often refer to the Queen of Swords as the Ice Queen. So while there's a female influence here that is of depth and emotion, there's also a female influence here that is of made of steel, basically. So strong feminine energy there. The Queen of Cups is a water sign influence. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Possibly, very, very possibly a Scorpio, because this is the Scorpio area of the wheel. Scorpionic energy there with the 8th house. The other feminine energy is that of intellect and precise preciseness. It cuts through the debris with a steely sword. There is a fair bit of gossip going on around you, Geminis, because you've got the Page of Swords there up in the 10th house as well. Pardon me. Now, Mercury will be moving into Aquarius on the 17th of January, so you may receive some messages around that time, because this Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords are speaking here of that air sign energy as well. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Okay, so see what messages you get and who they're from. They could be quite poignant at this time. A lot of the situations that are unfolding for people now is very poignant, you know, and there is a need for acceptance and tolerance and aligning things for your highest good. That's what's at work here. That's what's playing out. Is it may not seem like it at the time, but it will set you on a path that is more in tune with your highest good, your passions and your goals, and your generally just your drives and determinations. So with there being 1, 2, 3 major arcana showing up here in your spread, it's not to say that you're without any influence, but there are other influences at play that are moving you in this direction. Now here we have the Two of Swords in your 11th house, which is about how you receive your love and being open to receive it from friends or social groups. And it's your hopes and wishes. So you're hoping for a bit of a truce. You're wanting to put down your weapons, or whether those are weapons of words, because this is a time to be careful of what you say. What you say can be very cutting and hurting at this time through January. So just watch what you actually say. Because once it's said, it can't be taken back, and it does take a long time to forget it. And it may be that is the case, that you're on the receiving end of that. And if you are, it's showing that it's very possibly coming through social groups or networks. Seems to be in that area. Because this is your outer life area up here. This is your inner world, which does look secure and happy. Your outer world looks like that there's a force to be reckoned with there. You could very well be that force, Gemini. Now, here in the area of what's behind the scenes, you've got the King of Pentacles. Lovely. So again, another card that is showing the influence of material gain. Okay. Now, even though you've only got the 2 pentacles there, they're still in very good positions, and this is something that you're not aware of yet. So there may be some of you that are looking for a new direction in your income, or increasing your income, and this is letting you know that it may not have presented itself so that you can see it yet, but it's there in the background waiting to be able to give you the sustenance that you need. So that's a really lovely sign there for that. Now I will ask the medicine cards, the animal cards, for any messages that they have of confirmation of this reading for January for Gemini. For 2020, what messages do you have for the Geminis watching for 2020? Thank you. Tiger. Hostile. Okay, so I do feel there's something to do with this, all this gossip going on up here, and having to lay down your weapons or lay down your guns or watch your tongue. Like a powerful tiger on the hunt, there is some aggression, but you must keep this under control. It may be just a flash of anger due to frustration, but try to keep those claws sheathed and sharp teeth under control. Stay neutral and passive. Avoid getting a tiger by the tail. This definitely does represent neutral. The twos are, to me, about balance. So just be careful what you say and who you say it to. I'm sorry, Gemini, but not all have got your best interest at heart. Though you are solidly supported down here, and you've got, you know, your family and loved ones support you wholly. So this is dealing with something to do with the outer world. Your career, maybe governments or officials of some description. But just watch your words, and if you can't control others, which you've got to let go of anyway, that's a part of the energies of this Capricorn energy, is pulling back from trying to control others. The best way to use your control is to control oneself. Okay, so thank you, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me for January's reading. I hope you are all well and safe. I'm sending you many blessings. Much love. And till next time we talk, namaste. For any of you out there that are watching, also, I have left links in the description box below to just let you know in case there's anyone that would like to donate or find some of the sites in Australia where they may be able to help or be of assistance. I have left those links. They are legitimate links that will take you to the website. Do check them out and click on them, and they will take you to the different charities that are taking care of this crisis down here at the moment. Again, thank you for your blessings and well wishes. Talk to you again soon.